Welcome back to everybody to the A.I.P channel where anything is possible. And today we're embarking on a journey to ancient Egypt, the land of pharaohs, gods, and some seriously weird creatures that might just give modern cryptids like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster a run for their money. That's right. We're exploring the cryptid-like creatures of ancient Egyptian mythology. Beings so bizarre they blur the line between myth, monster, and mystery. So what makes a creature a cryptid-like? In today's world, cryptids are mysterious animals like the Mothman or the Chupacabra that people claim to see but science can't confirm. In ancient Egypt, their creatures were often tied to gods, chaos, or the afterlife, but many share that same eerie, unexplainable vibe. From hybrid monsters to shadowy serpents, these beings captivated the Egyptians and still spark debate today. Could some of them have been inspired by real animals? Extinct species? Stick around as we uncover 8 of these fascinating creatures, compare them to the modern cryptids, and maybe even speculate on what inspired them. Grab you a snack, get comfy. Let's dive into the sands of ancient Egypt. Let's start with one of the most mysterious creatures in Egyptian mythology, the Set animal, also called the Typhonian beast or Shah. Picture this, a creature with slender canine-like body, a long curved snout, square-tipped ears, and a stiff forked tail that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. This thing is so weird that even Egyptologists can't agree on what it is. Was it a real animal? A myth? Something extinct? Let's break it down now. The Set animal is, as you assumed, is tied to Set, the god of chaos, storms, and the desert. Set was a complex figure, sometimes a protector, sometimes a villain, like when he murdered his brother Osiris. His sacred animal reflects that chaos. It shows up in art as early as 3100 BCE on things like the scorpion mace head. But here's the kicker. No one can pin down what it's actually based on. Some say it's a stylized jackal, like the Anubis animal. Others suggest a hyena or aardvark, or even a fennec fox with its big ears. There's even a theory it could be an extinct canid from the Sahara, which was wetter back then, home to animals we don't see today. What makes the Set animal cryptid-like Bigfoot, where blurry photos and footprints keep the mystery alive. The Set animal's odd design doesn't match any known species. Cryptozoologists love this kind of puzzle. Could it be a cultural memory of a creature lost to time? Or did the Egyptians just mash together features to symbolize Set's chaotic nature? Either way, it's a creature that keeps us guessing. Now imagine you're in ancient Egypt, seeing this thing carved on a temple wall. It's not just art, it's a warning of the wild, untamed forces, Set controls. Next time you hear about a cryptid sighting, think of the Set animal. It's Egypt's own version of what is this thing? Next up, meet Ammit, the devourer of the dead. If the Set animal is mysterious, Ammit is downright terrifying. Imagine a creature with the head of a crocodile, the front legs and mane of a lion, and the chunky hindquarters of a hippo. This is a monster built from Egypt's most dangerous animals, and it had one job: to eat the hearts of the unworthy in the afterlife. In Egyptian belief, when you died, your heart was weighed against the feather of Mot, the goddess of truth. If your heart was heavy with sin, Ammit was waiting. She gobbled it up, leaving your soul to wander the eternal limbo. No second chances. This made Ammit a symbol of divine judgment, but also a creature that feels like it leaped out of a horror movie. Why is Ammit cryptid-like? It's that hybrid nature, like the chupacabra, which supposedly blends reptile and mammal traits. Ammit's mix of crocodile, lion, and hippo is unnatural. The Egyptians knew these animals. They lived along the Nile, but combining these creatures something otherworldly. Was Ammit just a scary story to keep people moral? Or could it reflect ancient fears of a real monstrous predator? Some cryptozoologists point to rare Nile crocs with unusual markings or behaviors as possible inspiration. But Ammit is likely pure myth, a cryptid of the soul rather than junk. Ammit reminds us of the cryptids, often tapped in our deepest fears. For Egyptians, she was the ultimate punishment. For us, she's a reminder that monsters don't always need to be real to haunt us. Now let's talk about Apep, or Apophis, the giant serpent of chaos. This guy is the stuff of nightmares, a massive snake, sometimes said to be miles long, lurking in the underworld to ambush the sun god Ra. Every night, Ra sailed his solar barque through the underworld, and Apep would try to swallow the sun, causing eclipses or storms when he got close. The Egyptians even had rituals like the banishing of Apep, where they would burn effigies to keep him at bay. Apep's cryptid vibes come from his serpentine form. Giant snakes are the cryptozoology's staple. Think of the Loch Ness Monster or the anaconda-like Curiju gigante in South America. While Apep is clearly mythical, his role as a cosmic threat makes you wonder, did the Egyptians see massive snakes in the Nile or desert that inspired this legend? Pythons can grow huge, and Nile crocodiles might have been mistaken for serpents in the dark. Or maybe Apep was a way to explain natural disasters like eclipses in a world without modern science. What's cool about how Apep's story mirrors modern cryptology? People today report giant sea serpents in remote waters. Just like the Egyptians imagined Apep in the unseen depths of the underworld. He's the ultimate what's out there monster. Apep's legacy lives on in every story of a shadowy creature lurking just out of sight. He's Egypt's warning that chaos is always waiting to strike. Alright, let's get weird with this Serpopard. This creature is a straight up bizarre, a leopard's body with a long snake-like neck. You'll find it on ancient artifacts like the Narmer Palette, dated around 31 BCE, where two serpopards faced each other, their necks twisting together like a pretzel. It's one of the oldest depictions of a mythical creature in Egypt. So what is it? The name Serpopard comes from the serpent and leopard, and it's a perfect example of Egypt's love for hybrids. Some think it symbolizes the balance between order and chaos, with others control yet wild form. Others say it might be inspired by early trade with Mesopotamia, where similar creatures appear. But here's the cryptid angle. No animal in nature looks like this. Could it be a distorted memory of a giraffe with its long neck? Or a mythical take on a big cat stalking the Nile? Cryptozoologists might compare it to something like the Nandi bear, a mysterious African predator that defies classification. The Serpopard's mystery lies in its silence. There's no clear myth or text explaining it. It's like finding a Bigfoot sketch with no story attached. The ambiguity is that makes it so cryptid-like. The Serpopard is proof that even 5,000 years ago, people were dreaming of creatures that make us question reality. It's Egypt's forgotten cryptid. Next, we got the Griffin, or the Axis, in Egyptian context. You might know griffins from Greek mythology, but Egypt had its own version, a lion's body with a falcon or eagle's head and wings. This creature was all about power and protection, often linked to Horus, the falcon-headed god of kingship. You'll see it guarding tombs or temples, a symbol from the pharaoh's divine strength. What's cryptid-like about the griffin? It's another hybrid, blending the king of beasts with the king of birds, like the Jersey Devil, which mixes bat, horse, and goat features. The griffin feels like it could exist, but doesn't. Some argue it was inspired by real animals, like large birds of prey or lions with unusual markings. Others say it's purely symbolic, a way to show the pharaoh's dominion over land and sky. Either way, its majestic yet unnatural form makes it a perfect cryptid candidate. A fun fact, griffins appear in Egyptian art as early as 3100 BCE, predating their Greek cousins. So maybe the Greeks borrowed from the Egyptian monster manual. The griffin is Egypt's answer to the ultimate guardian monster, a creature that feels real enough to believe in, just out of reach. Now let's fast forward to a more recent Egyptian legend, Naddaha, the Nile siren. This one's less ancient mythology and more modern folklore, but it fits our cryptid theme perfectly. Naddaha is described as a beautiful woman with a haunting voice, calling men to the Nile's edge at night. If you follow her song, you're never seen again, drowned in the river's depth. Naddaha feels like a mix of mythology and urban legend. She tied to the Nile, Egypt's lifeblood, and some link her to jinn, supernatural beings in the Islamic tradition. Her cryptid connection is strong. She's elusive, tied to a specific place, and based on anecdotal sightings. Much like the Mothman or the Jersey Devil, brutal Egyptians still report hearing her voice, but no one has caught her on camera. Is she a spirit? A metaphor for the Nile's danger? Or something else entirely? What's chilling is how Naddaha taps into universal fears of the unknown, like lake monsters or ghostly apparitions. She's a reminder that water hides secrets. El Naddaha is Egypt's answer to the siren call, a cryptid that lures you in and leaves you wondering what's real. Get ready for the sack. One of the weirdest creatures in the Book of the Dead. This thing is a total mishmash. A hawk's head, a lion's body, a horse-like hindquarters, multiple triangular mammaries, and a tail shaped like a lotus flower. I mean, come on, Egypt. What were you thinking? The sack appears in funerary texts, but the role is murky. It might represent chaos, protection, or some afterlife guardian. Its bizarre design screams cryptid. There's no animal like this in nature. Compared to something like the Flatwoods Monster, a one-off oddity from folklore, was the sock inspired by a fever dream, a priest's wild imagination, or maybe it's a symbolic mashup of sacred animals, like the hawk for horse and the lion for strength. What's cryptid-like is the sheer strangeness. The sock doesn't fit in any neat category, and that would make it so intriguing. It's like Egypt saying, here's a monster figure. It's like Egypt is saying, here's a monster. Figure it out. The sack is proof that the Egyptians love their monsters weird and wonderful. It's a cryptid that defies explanation. Last but not least, meet Apshait, the flesh-eating beetle of the afterlife. Mentioned in the Book of the Dead, this creature is a bit of a mystery. It's likely a scarab-like beetle, but with a dark twist. It devours flesh, symbolizing decay and danger in the world. Scarabs were sacred in Egypt, linked to the Khepri, the god of rebirth. But Apshait flips that script, turning the beetle into a monster. Its cryptid vibe comes from its vague description where there's no clear species match. Was it a real beetle? Like a carrion-eating scarab, exaggerated into a monster, or a symbol of depth's inevitability? Cryptozoologists might compare it to an oversized insect like giant spiders in the jungle. Apshait role in the afterlife makes it chilling. It's not just a bug, it's a reminder, even in death, something is watching. Apshait is small but mighty, a cryptid-like beetle that proves even the tiniest creatures can spark fear. And that's tonight our journey through the cryptid-like creatures of ancient Egypt, from the mysterious set animal to the haunting El Naddaha. These beings show how the Egyptians wove their fears, beliefs, and environment to unforgettable monsters. Like modern cryptids, they make us wonder, were they inspired by something real, a lost species, a glimpse of the divine, or just the human need explained the unexplainable? Thanks for joining me. If you love this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what creatures creeped you out the most. As always, make sure you check out the links in the description. We are syndicated on the Troubled Minds Radio Network. We're also on all your favorite places, Spotify, Apple, to hear the podcast. We go live Wednesday nights at 8:30 Central Time. We're Talking with Conspiracy show. We have Throwback Tuesdays where we show older shows. We have our shorts come out on Mondays. Plus we have Conspiracy Lunch with Ricky, hoping to get to the point of weekdays at noon. So I appreciate y'all listening. I'm glad y'all came along this journey. As I said before, in the comments, let's put what you think. What would you like to hear? Another story? Would you like to elaborate or hear more about one of these cryptids and we could break them down? Just let me know. I'm here for you. As always, keep on keeping on. And the peace and the chicken grease. Y'all be good.
Got to keep on. Keep it on, baby.
Yeah. You duh. Yeah. You duh. You down with A.I.P? Yeah, you know me. Anything is possible to create the key. On the mic, I'm the truth, no fantasy. Podcast flow, old school vibe guaranteed. A.I.P. Every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. Jumped on the beat like a classic cassette. Late night talk, the vibe you won't forget. Dropping wisdom gems, the grind is set. Every story told, ain't no limits met. You open the mind, the world opens wide. On this podcast, real thoughts collide. From the cooks in the kitchen to the suits we chide. Dreams get bigger when the truth's applied. Sip on success like it's poured in a mug. Real talk, no BS, no need for a shrug. In your ear like an anthem, snug as a hug. Tune in, feel the buzz, plug after plug. A.I.P. Every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. A.I.P. Every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than the philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. 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 Deep in the swamp where the secrets lay thick. Whispers in the shadows, they hit like a brick. Talking with the moon, got the stars in a twist. Truth or illusion, the facts get dismissed. Talking with conspiracy, whispers in the air. Truth in the trenches, but who really care? From the dirty south where the legends get made. Stories in the dark, watch the shadows parade. Slick tongues spin tales like a spider on a thread. Hood prophets preach knowledge while the streets stay fed. Voices echo deep where the rivers don't flow. Lost truths buried under where the cold winds blow. Heavy bass thump, got the block hypnotized. Mysteries unfold under blood red skies. Voices in the static, they creep through the scene. Street sermons spill truths, but they cut like a guillotine. Talking with conspiracy, whispers in the air. Truth in the trenches, but who really care? From the dirty south where the legends get made. Stories in the dark, watch the shadows parade. Blueprints of chaos in a world so deranged. Every word they speak got the vibe feeling strange. From pyramids to projects, the stories come